your days, boys and ghouls. Welcome back to House of 1000 Haunts. Special bonus episode for you guys to end off our year of fear in 2024. 2024 was our year of fear, and quite a year it was, as we did visit 20 different haunted houses with 24 different walkthroughs that you can watch on YouTube, and 15 of those haunts were brand new to us.
We had a very busy year this year, but it was amazing. We went to some really cool places. We went a little bit out of our bubble this year.
Yeah.
And seen some new spots. Very cool.
Yeah. But before we continue, we're going to let you know what we're drinking, as we always do. If you're watching this on the video version, because you can listen to this on Spotify, you can see that we're in our room. So there's like toys and spooky stuff all around us. But you can also see that we're drinking just some coffee today out of our special coffee mugs. You can hear that ASMR. I'm using my awesome China mug. No, not China the dish. China the wrestler.
It's her China.
It's my China. Hee hee. And Dwayne's using his Figure Obscura mug because we love coffee. So we needed a little sip or two because we're recording this late at night.
Yeah.
All right, so like we said, we saw 15 brand new haunts this year. So we thought we would not go through every haunt that we went to this year. Again, if you've only been listening to us on the podcast, we've been to 20 different haunts with 24 different walkthroughs. We did not cover all those on the podcast this year. So guys, stay tuned. We will have more episodes on the pod. The pod will be returning January 13th. But today we've got a special bonus episode for you for our top 5 favorite brand new haunts to us this year in 2024.
So in no way, shape, or form is this a rating system. This is just the 5 haunts that stood out to us the most of the new haunts that we went to this year. 20 different haunts, 15 new ones. So there's 5 of them that were kind of exempt from this list because we'd already been there. So this is just new to us in 2024, the 5 haunts that stood out to us the most.
No rating system of any form, and we're also not going to do them in any particular order.
Chronological order.
Yeah.
That's the order.
Yeah, actually we're doing it in chronological order.
Chronological.
I want to leave that in there.
Yeah.
Chronological.
Chronological cool.
The chrony order. So we're going to leave it in chrony order so that we don't... Again, we're not like saying who's better than who. These were just 5. Because again, if we sit here and we talk about every haunt, this video is going to be way too long.
Really long. Because every haunt we went to this year was amazing.
Yeah, so be sure to check out our playlist of all the haunts we saw this year. I will have it linked in the show notes below so you guys can check it out. We thought it'd be cool to cover 5 different haunts today that really stood out to us. So the first one we're going to talk about today actually was the biggest walkthrough we have ever done, and it was also the furthest we had to drive.
It was kind of a surprise haunt to go to. We didn't really expect to go there when we went, and we just decided to go.
We headed to St. Louis, Missouri to visit ONWARD and didn't realize that the Darkness was going to be open that week. And now we know that's a thing. Listen, we're new to the haunt world, but we're not new to the haunt world. So guys, we got to visit the Darkness for the very first time. We didn't get to cover this on the podcast this year, so be sure to check out the video on YouTube. If you're watching this video, you'll see it's playing in the background for a little sneaky peeky. It was awesome. That haunt, woo-wee! So
this was the first time we had ever been in a haunt that was inside and
like fully inside. We're from Backwoods Farm area,
and it was in the middle of the city. Most of the haunts we go to are out in the middle of nowhere.
And farms.
You have to drive to go
Most of them have the word farm in the title.
And, this haunt was in the middle of the city. When we pulled up, we're like, is that it? And
it's a warehouse.
It was so cool to go through this place. There was animatronics in this place that were bigger than our house. It was ridiculous how big some of the stuff was in here. And so well done. It was just room after room of movie scenes. It was top, bottom, left, right, everywhere. Everywhere. One of the big things that was in there was this animatronic that I have
always wanted to see in person. And I don't know her name, but she is a massive doll that is hanging onto a real grown woman. And I was so stoked when I turned the corner and I saw her standing there. I was just like, yes! I had to bow down to her. I was so excited. That and the room where the entire area, the ceiling, everything looked like it was on fire.
There's a dragon coming out of the wall and stuff.
So
and you
cool.
look up and there's just fire everywhere.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. That room was awesome. That whole haunt was just good. And, you know, there was this room that we walked in and there's just these tentacles hanging everywhere. And I do believe that room was new to this year. And we got that was one of the sneak peek rooms that we got to see. And it had this giant Cthulhu in it. He was huge. It was so cool. The ambience in that room was just beautiful. It was so good.
One of the areas that is actually being sold, and I'm so glad we got to go and we did, TerrorVision, the neon clown area. He's selling all of that and redoing it. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what he does with it.
Everything in that haunt was so well done that whatever he does will be amazing. TerrorVision was also the last room, which led into
the
gift shop and a game room.
Yeah,
tons. He had a whole bunch of pinball games. He had a couple arcade machines.
Really cool carpet, by the way.
Very cool carpet. He had some photo ops. There was so much stuff in there, and yeah, like she said, then it goes into the gift shop with. He had a big wall of toys, and y'all know us, Terror and Toys. It was like, so that video is not only a haunt video, it's a toy hunt as well.
It is the ultimate Terror and Toys episode at the Darkness in St. Louis, Missouri. I can't wait to visit that again and see what he does with it, because we've been watching his YouTube channel. We'll link that in the show notes below if you want to check out his YouTube channel that he does as well. And he shows the behind the scenes of his haunt and other people's haunt. And haunts. Love haunts for that guy, because just seeing like his love for haunts, I'm gonna be honest, it makes me just love the haunt even more, because you can see the love in it, but just knowing like good energy just gives good times too. So
and I will say that about all the haunts on this list, actually, all the owners we probably interacted with in some way, and they were all amazing. Almost every single one of them, all amazing people, and that kind of is one of the reasons that they're on this list, because everyone was so good. It was just, the whole experience was amazing.
They rubbed us the right way.
Yes.
We're like a genie in a bottle.
So next up on our list in chronological order is Frightworks in Powell, Tennessee. The first time we went to Frightworks was during their Leprechaun, thanks St. Patrick's Day.
It was called The Leprechaun's Curse.
The Leprechaun's
in
Curse.
March. Yeah.
And then we went again in December for their holiday horror, I do believe.
Haunted Holidays.
Haunted Holidays.
Yeah,
that's right.
Frightworks Haunted Holidays, and in March they did the Leprechaun's Curse. We actually have that playing in the background if you're watching the video on YouTube. But I loved it. I love this haunt. It's so... Okay, number one, there's a massive jack-o'-lantern in their front yard. Love haunts.
For photo ops, it's really cool.
And what's really cool is there's just a complete story throughout the whole haunt, and I didn't have to be told that to pick it up.
Right. There was... this is one of the few haunts that does have storytelling throughout the whole haunt.
The whole haunt,
and I really love that.
It keeps up with the story, one big story.
I love the immersiveness of it. Both times we went, they had a good story going. I do want to point out one room specifically, and that's the room that we always get stopped in before we go in. And at Christmas time, there was these little balls hanging in that room.
It's the witchy room.
It was so beautiful. The actor in that room, phenomenal job. Both times we've been in there. You're one of my favorite actors. I just want to point that room out because that room stands out above all. It's so good.
We love that room so much.
I love that room, yes.
But yeah, they switched it up during the Leprechaun's Curse. You had to run from the leprechaun, and during then they switched it up during Halloween. We missed the Halloween event, and then they did this whole bit with Frightonium, and they switched up and made it a big warehouse. And I love it. They're always tweaking the story, and they're always updating things. Yeah, and now the Frightonium
story was really cool. I can't wait to see where they go with that.
So fun.
If they decide to keep it, because that was really fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so they switched up the haunt this year during Halloween with the Frightonium, declaring it the Factory of Fear.
Yeah.
Which, how fun, because it was our year of fear.
I hate that we missed their Halloween show, but at the same time, I'm still glad that we did get to go during Christmas. So,
yeah. Hurricane Helene said, no queen, and she blocked that area and made it like 85 hours
It's ridiculous, but, you know, we made it out there. Thank you, Frightworks, for the good time every time we're out there.
Yeah, we
can't
love
wait
seeing
to come
you guys.
back during their Valentine's Day event.
Yes, I would love to make it out there for then. We're already seeing several haunts pop up for V-Day, so get ready for that, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Next on the list, we headed all the way up to Clarksville, Indiana, to meet up with some friends for a summer slaycation at Malice Manor.
That was our first time in Indiana, in the Kentucky area. This was also, I do believe, one of the first times we hung out with
the Scare Factor.
This place was recommended by them, and it was amazing. It was such a good haunt. It was another complete indoor haunt, and it was in a newer building. I think they'd only been in this building for a year or so.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. The way that they set it up, I don't think there was many animatronics in this place. It was a touch haunt, but it wasn't an aggressive touch haunt. Because we've been in some touch haunts where they're pretty aggressive, but this was more just like kind of like a creepy touch.
Just a light little grandma touch. Just like a little light touch. If you're watching the video, it's just like this.
Yeah, and Stevie got, we encountered a witch in that one, and Stevie got some black on her forehead.
My forehead. Also, I would probably say out of all of the haunts this year, that one probably got me the most with their spiders. And you can watch the video. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see right there. And I'll have all these videos linked in the show notes below so you can check it out, but from remembering back the way that I felt when I saw the spiders, I thought every one of those spiders in the room their legs were moving, and it just freaks me out. I also just remember
an itch right now.
Yes, I'm itching the back of my head. It also felt like it wasn't going to end, and that starts to freak me out and panic. I have genuine. I'm an arachnophobic. There's no joke.
It's not fake when she does that, you guys. She really is freaking
I'm not putting on a show when I'm screaming in these videos. This is genuine. That's why we started recording.
We've been together almost 13 years, and she has been terrified of spiders since day one. I actually avoided getting a spider tattoo.
Before he met me.
Yeah, because I knew.
Because he wanted to hang out with me, and he's like, if I get a spider tattoo, I'll never get to hang out with that girl. He's right.
Malice Manor was also the home of the wind tunnel.
Oh my god, it was butts everywhere. There were butts on the walls. Again, this was another one we didn't get to cover on the podcast.
There was a lot of humor in this one, and we love humor.
But it wasn't like it wasn't like pinpointed as a humor haunt or anything like that. They just had it there. I love that. I love that it's just like you get what you get when you show up.
There was a girl in there. We walked into this room, and there's just a couch in there. And she goes, and she it was supposed to be summer slaycation.
Yeah.
And she was supposed to be drunk, and she's like, "Did you see my car? It was right here." And it's like this room, this small. And there's no way a car.
I parked it right here. It had my DS in it.
It had my Nintendo Switch in it. Blah, blah. It was freaking hilarious. Malice Manor was great. Stevie got covered in dirt. She got sprayed with water. She got to go.
It was also a little warm in there, so we were covered in sweat. Yes, we also went through a laundry room that was completely full of bubbles. So,
well, you could go through the wet cycle, the dry cycle,
whichever you'd prefer.
She went through the bubble.
I went through the wet. He went through the dry.
But yeah, completely covered in all kinds of wetness and stickiness, and then we proceeded to have a 6-hour night with the Scare Factor.
It was pretty crazy.
After that, which leads us right into some of our honorable mentions for this episode for 2024, because after that we hung out with the Scare Factor at Jailhouse Pizza. And you're like, what? So y'all ate some pizza? No, guys, this was a paranormal investigation. So this wasn't a haunted house per se walkthrough like we normally do, but this was a real haunted location, and we did some paranormal investigation.
It was the first time we'd ever actually been on a paranormal investigation with other people who had equipment. And let me tell you guys, there was a lot of activity in that place. It was crazy. I've never experienced that in my life. You could feel it. You know, it was just such an old place.
We even went to Jailhouse Pizza before going to Malice Manor to enjoy some pizza. There was actually, I thought there were ghosts in the table. Watch the video back. I will have the video linked in the show notes below so you can check it out for yourself, because we really enjoyed this, and we want to know if you guys enjoy some stuff like that as well, because we do want to incorporate that into 2025 a lot more, because guys, we only had 3 videos like this last year, or this year, 2024. We had Jailhouse Pizza. We also visited Crybaby Bridge, which was really cool. That was in South Carolina. We were also in Sleepy Hollow, New York, and we got to go to the cemetery. So that just holds a lot of vibes in it and energy as well.
Sleepy Hollow was one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. It was the perfect time of year because it was early November. When we went to New Jersey for Legion's Con, we just went up there a little early so we could go experience Sleepy Hollow. And let me tell you that it was beautiful up there. Very beautiful and very old. You could feel how old it was in that place. Yeah, very, very cool. Highly recommend.
Yeah, so even though these aren't haunted houses per se, like we normally put in the house, we had to mention these because they're real haunted places, and we do want to do some more of that next year. So if you guys are interested in seeing more of that, be sure to let us know. You can either give us a review and let us know there, or you can comment on the YouTube channel.
That's right.
On the YouTube video, head right over there. Link in the show notes.
So up next, we headed to Louisville, Kentucky to check into a hotel. Not just any hotel, the Haunted Hotel.
Of course it's haunted.
Why wouldn't it be? This was really cool because we met up with our friends again, the Scare Factor. That was awesome.
It was almost a month after Malice Manor, so it wasn't too far after.
Yeah, they're kind of in the area, pretty close to there. And this is an area Dwayne and I ourselves have been thinking about venturing to. But more on that later. This haunt was really cool, and it was a physical one, and it was a more extreme physical one, especially if they knew you liked it.
Yeah, this was definitely a more physical haunt. Walking up to get our tickets, I got a paddling. A good paddling. And then when we got a good paddling, dude.
I'm sorry,
it wasn't soft.
A paddling.
And
a whooping.
That's a paddling.
It was a whooping. But before we even got inside, they slide the door open, and homeboy just grabs me by the back of my head and pulls me inside.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So I knew we were in for a wild ride.
Yeah. They like to throw us around a little bit. It was a lot of fun, though. You know, that I didn't feel threatened the whole time. It was a little more rough, but at the same time, you could tell that they knew what they were doing. Apparently, it used to be more physical than that, and they had to tone it back a little bit. So,
if you're watching the YouTube video,
that's us getting the paddling.
It's that spot right now. If you're watching the episode with us.
You got choked out too with the.
Well, yeah, she's like, okay, I'm not gonna whip you, I'm gonna choke you.
Apparently, the Scare Factor went in there and she broke that paddle on one of them. So at least I didn't get it broke on me. You know,
we loosened it for you.
I got hit quite a few times. She hit me like 3 or 4 times, and she said, what'd she say? She said, grab your ankles or something. I was like, whoa!
Dwayne don't win that far. That was so much fun, though, in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, definitely want to go back to the Haunted Hotel.
I love it because it is like just right on the side of the street. You're just driving down and you see Grandma's cookie store right there, and the next door is the Haunted Hotel.
Yeah. Oh, and that was also the haunt where Art the Clown was jumping all over me with.
Whoa! Yeah, he almost threw him. He threw him in the trash can at the end.
Yeah. That Art had a rope, and he like pushed me through a wall at one point. I thought he was like going to take me out of the line, but he pushed me through the wall. I think he broke the wall.
Yeah, so that's another one we have not got to cover on the podcast. So there's a little sneaky peeky for the podcast there. Be sure to check out. We'll have all these episodes linked in the show notes below so you can check them out. Yeah. All right, guys, before we get to our final one for the evening, I just want to mention that every haunt we are speaking about today has been in a different state. And I'm proud of that.
Pop collars.
Yeah, because we did declare, listen, we're some toy hunters from YouTube who just love haunted houses and realized we were filming the wrong thing. So we started filming haunted houses as well and declared 2024 as our year of fear.
But we're gonna still film toys too because we like them. So we're terror and toys.
Further solidifying terror and toys.
Yeah, we're just team terror and toys, guys.
Yes.
All right, so for the final one we're talking about today, it is located in Salisbury, North Carolina. Guys, this one was a good time. Known as none other than Reaper's Realm.
Reaper's Realm was fantastic, Ghouls and Ghouls. When we first got there, we were hanging out with all of the ghouls in the midway and stuff, and then we got to go do the paintball. Not paintball, laser tag. That's what it was.
They had zombie laser tag.
Zombie laser tag was so much fun.
So cool.
Stevie recorded it in first person, like a first person shooter game. And you Ghouls and Ghouls, it was amazing.
It was so neat.
That was so fun. I want more haunts to do stuff like that because that right there was interactive. It kept me busy. I definitely would pay to do that again.
Another thing we learned about the zombie laser tag area was they put a lot of the newer haunt actors in there, and it was kind of a way for them to warm up and get used to scaring people.
So cool.
Before they put them in the big haunt. And I thought that was so cool. It was developmental.
Yeah.
If you're into wrestling, like I am, it's like the developmental for the pro show. I just thought that was really neat. Good concept, and it was so much fun. And it actually scared the crap out of me because you're trying to like shoot them before they get you, right? It was so fun.
I loved it. And we walk back out to the midway, and there was a haunt actor that was out there that we had missed currently because he had just walked out, and he's on the TV right now.
If you're watching the YouTube video of this.
I think his character's just called Big Ass Baby. Like, I'm telling you right now.
That's what I mean, because he's a big ass baby.
He was one of the best haunt actors that I've seen this year.
Yeah, I will actually give you this one.
Oh my God! You get it.
You get a round of applause.
So
you were our favorite for the year.
We find out later that he has a lot more to do with the haunt, and he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and made me like him even more.
Makeup, special effects, the
very
props,
cool.
like
very cool.
Just a creative human being, and you made our night, brother.
Yes.
It was so fun.
This haunt was very good. A lot of original stuff in it.
That who we were talking about, that was just the midway. That's before we even walked into the haunt itself. Guys, this haunt was cool. Like, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but it was very interactive. There were slides throughout the haunt, but there was also, like, if you couldn't do physical things like that, like slide or crouch,
walk-arounds.
There was walk-arounds. And some haunts don't offer that, and that's okay. That's what we're here for, is to let you know, like, what type of haunts are, not like if they're good or bad, because in our opinion they're all good. If a haunted house exists, it's good. So we're just letting you know what's up with them. And this one, it was so interactive.
Each section of Reaper's Realm was its own unique thing.
Yeah.
A lot of haunts do that, but I could tell where each one begun and end.
Yeah, like just a bunch of different haunted houses within one.
Everyone did a great job in there. Stevie got stalked by a clown through the whole clown fun house.
Yeah, and that's where that slide was the scariest slide. So he walked us.
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, he walked us all the way up a spiral staircase, and then you were on top of the entire space, and you could see down to everything. Again, check out the video on YouTube. I'll have it in the show notes. It was so neat. And he followed us all the way to that slide, and it made you feel like you were going to hit the wall when you slid from the top of the building to the wall, but there was carpet at the bottom that caught you, and it was so wicked.
Yeah.
And it was so simple.
It was good. And
it was so wicked. This was the first time we met something that we've never encountered before. We were put inside a big box.
So this was a very unique
if you have
thing, and
any
if you're claustrophobic,
problems,
I would not recommend going in this.
Yeah.
Because there was a lady in there that was claustrophobic, and she freaked out.
Yeah, she hyperventilated a little bit
But-
at the end, but
They put you in this long, tall box, line you up,
and you
shut the door.
You see glass in front of you, but only kind of like enough window for your face to see what's
Plexiglass.
going on. Yeah.
And then it starts lowering back.
You
And
tilt backwards.
You lay backwards, and you're not laying all the way back, but you're laying back pretty good. And then they start shoveling dirt on the plexiglass.
On the glass. And they're burying you alive.
Burying you alive in this place.
It freaked me out, and it made me think of, if you're familiar with the movie The House is October Built. That's what they did at the end of the movie. They buried them, and then the movie ended.
Oh.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought of. And we did encounter this again at another haunt.
I was about
but they
to say
did it
that.
differently.
They did it differently because it was a little bit later, and we went to Booger Woods, and they have something similar but not the same. Booger Woods is also another one I want to mention for its storytelling and uniqueness. Booger Woods was great. But yes, Reaper's Realm, you boys and ghouls, I'm telling you right now, do not sleep on that haunt because it is good. I feel like it's this gem out in the middle of nowhere that a lot of people don't know that's there. Go. I'm telling you, go, because it was so good.
It was so amazing. And I don't even know if they realize how awesome they are, and they need to know how awesome they are.
Yes. All the haunts on this list, I feel
Are
like
awesome.
are like that. They don't realize what they have.
Yeah.
Go to these people. Show them that they are amazing.
Send
so they
them
will
love
keep
and
doing
tell
it.
them
Yes. Destination Stone sent you.
Destination Stone, the Team Terror and Toys sent you.
Yes.
Well, guys, we had so much fun in our Year of Fear 2024. We told you guys, we declared it at the beginning of the year on YouTube. We were the Year of Fear. We created the podcast that you're listening to right now, House of 1000 Haunts. We went to 20 different haunted houses with 24 different walkthroughs, and 15 of them were brand new. And the 20 different haunted houses we did visit, we would like to mention them all right now because we want to say a big thank you to every single one of you because we loved every single one.
Everybody.
Again, we are here to have a good time and to spread the word of fear.
There was not a single haunt that we went to this year that I said I would never go back to. Every haunt that we walked out of, I said I cannot
We can't wait to come back. So we would like to mention them all just in a chronological order. Remember, chronological order. We went to Dread Hollow in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Paranoia Haunted House in Atlanta. Frightworks in Powell, Tennessee. The Darkness in St. Louis. Woods of Terror in Greensboro, North Carolina. Hollerin' Haunts Hayride in Clinton, North Carolina. That was a fun one.
That was a fun one.
Malice Manor in Clarksville, Indiana. The Haunted Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky. Mad World, as always, in Piedmont, South Carolina.
Love
Lake
you guys.
Hickory Haunts, as always, in Hickory, North Carolina.
Love you guys too.
And for the first time, we went to AMS Haunted Attractions, which they are now called Tennessee Terror. That's in Maryville, Tennessee. That one was pretty
check
dang
them
good.
out.
The Haunted Pyramids in Lawndale, North Carolina. Amazing haunt.
Very good.
Again, Reaper's Realm in Salisbury. Night Terrors Haunted Attraction in Belton, South Carolina. We love you guys.
Night Terrors.
Booger Woods in Rockwell, North Carolina. The Haunted Palace in Litmore Woods in ATL. Sweet Dreams Scare House, as always.
Big hearts for Sweet Dreams.
Big hearts, we love you, Joe.
Love Sweet Dreams.
The Fear Farm in Blacksburg, South Carolina. That was a good one.
That was a really good one.
Spooky Bottom Haunted Trail in Seagrove, North Carolina. Dark Castle in Elgin, South Carolina. And guess what? I said all this wrong because we did also visit another one called Deceased Farm in Lexington, South Carolina. So that was actually 21 haunts. My bad.
Deceased
21.
Farm was very good as well. We went for their Christmas gig and it was good. Plop.
I'm gonna leave that in there. Yeah, so the reason that one wasn't on the list is because that episode is gonna come out in January. But we actually went to it in 2024, so that is 21 haunts we went to.
25 haunt walkthroughs this year.
Yeah, 25 haunt walkthroughs in 2024.
So we
I'm
gotta do
so
50
proud.
next year.
Ooh, we gotta double it. And we only did 3 different paranormal things, so we gotta quadruple that one.
Yeah, I want to do a lot more of that.
Let's get at least 10.
At least 10 good meaty ones, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we can add some bridges and some spooky stuff in there that you and I can do, but let's get some good ones in there. If there's
Do some
any
collabs.
Yeah, if there's any paranormal peeps out there who want to hang out with us weirdos,
Hit us up.
Hit us up.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Destination Stone.
message us on Instagram, or you can email us. I'll have our email in the show notes below. It's destinationstone@gmail.com. Guys, we've had so much fun with you guys. Thank you so much for checking out our podcast and checking us out on YouTube and watching our walkthroughs. Be sure to follow us here on Spotify. Give us a 5-star rating and a review, and let us know what you've been thinking of the pod. This is a nice little final bonus episode for season 1. And guys, season 2 is airing on Monday, January 13th, 2025.
Day before my birthday.
Yeah, a little birthday present for Dwayne.
So guys, be sure to stay tuned for that. Again, we want to say a big thank you to all the haunts who have been supporting us this year, and all you guys on YouTube. We love you guys so much. We appreciate you. Everybody who has been hanging out with us, whether you're subscribed or not. If you enjoy the videos, we appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Because we appreciate doing them with you. So we want to say Happy New Year, and stay tuned for another video tomorrow. Special episode for you guys.
We did the terror today. Toys tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you bulls and ghouls enjoyed this video, check out this video right here. I'm sure you will enjoy that one as well.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? We're on it. And guys, as always, thank you so much for taking any time,
Little bit.
any of your
Whatever
time to watch a little bit of our lives.
And until next year, boils and ghouls,
Onward and upward.
Dad joke again.